Oh, I love it. And it's the reason that I'm not a complete amateur. Uh, oh my word. Can't the cars respect that I'm trying to record a vlog over here? Hello again, welcome back to the Sunday Update. I'm Lucas, as ever, hope you're doing well. Now, this week has been fairly busy for me. Uni started back again, so lots of things have been happening, and most of them haven't been uni because I've only got 4 contact hours. So this is going to be more of a bitty Sunday update than usual, but, you know, there's a lot that happened, and I want to talk about a lot of it, so, you know, let's go. Firstly, let's address last night, because last night was the first concert of the new semester, and it went really well. I'm really happy with it. We played pieces that I love to play. I got to lead the concert, so I got to take a bow at the end by myself. I'm sorry, I'm really egocentric, okay? Just deal with it. We played some Tchaikovsky and some Sarajevo, who I've never played any before, but her music's very good, so I'm happy now. And then, as we always do at the end of each concert, we went out to the SU. Yes, I know, how cliched, but it's good fun. Everyone drinks a little bit more than they should have, except me, because I didn't drink this time. And that's why my voice is so low, again. And yeah, I really enjoy these concerts, even if it's, you know, much more hassle for me now that I'm on the committee for them. Hey ho, I guess that's just how it goes these days. What is nice though is that I don't tend to get nervous before them anymore. I haven't really got nervous before a concert for... oh goodness. I don't know. It's something along the lines of 7 years or so, I reckon. The last time I really got nervous before a concert was I was playing at Sheffield City Hall. And I played probably the least important part of our entire group. I was stood backstage and I was shaking. Like literally sort of like shaky hand, like, shaking all over the place. There was something about that setup. I think it was like the enormity of the venue, because that's like a 2,000 seater venue. And then there was just 5 of us on stage. So that really set something off with me. But, on the plus side, I don't think I've ever really been nervous for a concert. At least before that, and since then mostly not, so you know. That's good. Working backwards through the week, Thursday was the first day for quite a while that I have stewarded one of the open days. Now, I've talked about my concert stewarding mishaps on this channel before, but open day stewarding is a little different. It's just you come in pretty much all day 10 till 4 and you show around prospective students who've come in for interviews or just people who want to go and have a look around the university, and it's just a good time. And I think what I really like about it is that it just allows me to be myself. I can just talk and, you know, I'll be honest with them, because as much as I'm being paid to steward them, I'm not being paid to sell them the university. And I'll sell them it as much as, you know, as much as I feel I can. If I feel like what they've come here for isn't what I've seen, then I'll tell them as much, because I think it's not right of me not to tell them that. Was that the right number of negatives? Well, to put it simply, I think it's only fair they know what they're coming here for and what they'll get once they're here. And if I don't think it's what they want, then I'll tell them and leave the decision in their hands, because, you know, it's not my decision to make at the end of the day. So I have no idea where I was with my previous point. I got, shall we say, slightly distracted. But seeing as I've no idea where I was, I'm just going to move on. Taking another step back through the week, on Wednesday... Ooh, tracking stopped. No, you're tracking me. Yeah. I don't see the issue. Taking another step back through the week, on Wednesday we had, for the first time in quite a while, a quartet gig. I'm part of a quartet. We formed over the summer of last year because we didn't think we'd have enough to do this year, and then it turns out we had so much to do this year. So we haven't really done too much together, to be honest, but we got asked through a friend who's got some good connections that we'd very much like to have. There was a gig going at a restaurant, a local startup called Wood Restaurant, and we went over there and, we played some stuff for them. It's really nice. If you've ever been to a Gino de Campo, and I've only been once, so I'm not claiming to be an expert on them, it's sort of like, it's open plan, but slightly more modern than a Gino de Campo. And it's really nice, and we got given some free food as well, so that was great. And we got paid. So, all in all, that was pretty successful. And it was nice to just, actually do a gig together again, because it's been so long. And as much as I complain that, I've not really got time to be doing things, it's nice to just play again in an environment that's so much more relaxed than a concert where people, pay and sit down and listen to you and applaud when you come on and come off. And as much as that's great for my ego, it is stressful sometimes. And it's just nice to do something where you can have a laugh at the same time, because that's something that I think has been lost. So one of the reasons I think that my youth orchestra is so good, all our conductor is worried about is us going out there and having fun. And if we make mistakes, so be it, everyone makes mistakes. But if we have fun, the audience can somehow tell that we're having fun. I don't know how. I wish I understood it. So yeah, that was good fun this week, and I appreciated that. It was a nice change of pace for me. Once again, moving backwards, on Tuesday, for the first time in a couple of months, I finally got to present my radio show again. Oh, I love it. And it's the reason that I'm not a complete amateur. Oh my word. Can't the cars respect that I'm trying to record a vlog over here? On Tuesday, I got to present my radio show for the first time again. It's been so long, probably about 2 months or so. And, it was just wonderful. Myself and my co-host, we turned up early. We planned the show. We've not done that for a long time. We normally just turn up and wing it, and, luckily it turns out okay because we've got some good chemistry. But this time we planned it out, and everything was just, amazing. Also, don't make fun of the fact I can't click properly. It was just wonderful. Wonderful to the point that people were coming down from whatever they were doing to come and try and join in with the show. It was so good, and I'm so happy and so proud that I get to do it with a station that has been through troubled times, let's say. Our studio isn't exactly paradise, but it's home, and, we make do with it, so it's good. It's good fun. It's what I want to do in the future. I want to go into radio, but whether that will happen or not, I guess I'll just have to wait and see in the end. I hope so. It'll be good, but I guess that's only partly up to me at the end of the day. Still, fun to hope. There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about on this week's vlog, and I had to, not quite match the reverse chronological order of the episode. Oh, I called it an episode. Well, this doesn't quite fit with going backwards in the week, but I wanted to include it, and I think it works best going here, so here it is. I was talking to a friend of mine who is in my youth orchestra that I was talking about earlier, and they've just been seated on the front desk of the orchestra next to me for, I believe, the first time, and I sent them a text on the night I found this out and said, hey, congrats, well done. If you wrote about anything, let me know, because I was sure worried when I first went onto front desk. So I understand how it feels. And from there we got into a really interesting discussion. And I don't know how much of it was us promoting our own views, because we both admitted afterwards that we just like, debating and having arguments with people. So Who can say? I've got a few friends like that. But we started talking about the ideas of masks and confidence. Now, I'll clarify that because masks is a word that I like to use a lot for this phenomenon. Namely that a person changes based on who they're around. I'm sure it's something you've experienced. Someone that talks to a friend of yours in a very different way, and then you see them at another time, and suddenly they're talking to someone else, and it's like they're an entirely different person. You know, their sense of humour's changed, what they talk about's changed. It's something that happens, I think. I'm sure it's just a human coping mechanism, but it happens, you know. But I also think it's possible to put a mask on oneself. And I think that because I think I've done it. Back when I was at the start of 6th form or so, I almost made a promise to myself, if you will, that I was going to change how I was, because I wasn't particularly happy with it at the end of GCSEs. I felt like I developed too much sloth, and I wasn't really trying hard enough to meet people, to do things, so I essentially forced myself a personality overwrite, at least partly. And while the old me certainly still exists, the new me is the one that I take out with me. And I'm going to have to stop for a moment because my camera's about to die. I essentially donned a new mask, one I'd forged for myself. And, you know, we had a bit of a debate about masks and can you give yourself a mask, or is it put on you by other people and their perception of you? And then we had a sort of a debate about confidence and how masks relate to confidence. And while I can't say that I thought I made any particularly good points, because I never seem to do that. I always, as a musician, I spend most of my life criticising myself. So it's sometimes quite difficult for me to see when I do things well. But regardless of how well I did it, it was just really nice to engage and have such a deep conversation with someone again, because I haven't done that for a long time. Most of my conversations with people these days are complaining about things or really dark humour. Deep talks, but more on an emotional level. Those are the ones I usually have. It's been a long time since I had sort of a philosophical, spiritual talk with somebody. So that was really nice to get out of my system this week. And I think that'll about do it for this week. I, quite frankly, have no idea how long this vlog's going to be, because I might include a collage of all the times I got interrupted by cars passing by outside the house, because there were a lot this week. But I hope you still enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'd love to hear some feedback on what you think I can do to change this series or to improve it, because I know I'm not the only uni student vlogging, in my department anyway. I know there's another series called Uni Vlog by someone called Gladys Sung, and that's very much more active than mine, I'll put it that way. But it's not how I want to do it. If you think I can incorporate elements of it and it will make things better, by all means go ahead and suggest it and I'll see what I can do. As ever, I've been Lucas, you've been great, and you've been watching the Sunday Update. Thank you very much, and take care.